The mighty Thor has fought against many heroes and villains over the years, but no obstacle was more challenging than when he fought himself? While Thor has actually been cloned and fought against heroes before, Thor's battle against himself was actually against Hercules, disguised as Thor. Marvel Comics' Hercules, dubbed the Prince of Power, is based off of the original Greek hero and, as such, is one of Marvel's strongest beings. Though he has been typically presented as a womanizer, arrogant, and not particularly smart, Hercules does make up for it with his huge heart and good nature. Despite this, both Thor and Hercules have come into conflict on more than one occasion. But none is stranger or more memorable than the time they matched muscles, pretending to be each other. The conflict began in the comic The Incredible Hercules in a story titled The Replacement Thor. When Zeus found himself transformed into a child, he joined Hercules on the run from Hera, Zeus' wife, who seeks to kill her husband in his weakened state. The two encounter Balder the Brave, ruler of Asgard at the time, on their travels, chased by trolls and dark elves. After Hercules and Zeus make short work of the attackers, Balder explains that Alphys, the new queen of the Dark Elves, seeks to conquer Midgard and the Nine Realms. At Balder's request, Hercules disguises himself as Thor to scare off the elves and show the god of thunder still serves Asgard. The actual Thor was banished from Asgard at that time. In reality, Balder is actually Malekith, the original king of the Dark Elves, who intends to use the heroes to reclaim his own throne. Along the way, Hercules and Zeus encounter another army of trolls dispatched with such ease, Queen Alphys is convinced Thor is the real deal. After a night of partying, Hercules awakens the next morning to find he has accidentally become married to Alphys, who decides to conquer Midgard and Asgard in the name of her new thunderous husband. Which is right around the time the real Thor and the Warriors 3 catch wind of this affair and decide to fight fire with fire. Realizing Hercules has inadvertently doomed Midgard with his actions, Thor disguises himself as Hercules in an effort to stop the invasion. Hercules and the Warriors 3 stop Alphys and challenge her husband to a contest to defend Asgard. If Thor, Hercules, is defeated, the invasion will stop, but if Hercules, Thor, loses, Asgard is forfeited. Alphys accepts, leaving Thor and Hercules to privately agree the invasion must stop. But Thor insists Hercules must make the fight look good. Offended by Thor's attitude, Hercules decides to do that and more, mercilessly attacking the god of thunder with every underhanded trick he can think of. Hercules concedes the fight, claiming Thor is completely and utterly defeated by Hercules. The story ends with Malekith being defeated by Zeus, and Alphys, though hurt by the real Hercules' deception, forgiving him anyway for the lengths he went to in impressing her to begin with. While a fight was unavoidable, both combatants escalated what could have been a simple fake fight into an all-out brawl. Both combatants seemed to show no ill will towards each other afterwards, with Thor even remarking that Hercules, despite all his flaws, was still the ultimate hero in the end. Had Hercules not enamored Alphys the way he did, she would have attempted to conquer the Nine Realms again due to his deception, but Hercules de-escalated the entire situation because of his character and charm. Though the circumstances of the fight were interesting, it does beg the question as to who would win a proper fight between the two gods. While Hercules holds the moniker Prince of Power and has been considered one of the strongest heroes in the Marvel Universe, Thor is the god of thunder and arguably is just as powerful as Hercules. In the case of this conflict, Hercules had to lose in order to save the world, so while Thor came out on top, he only did so because the world was at stake. Still, the conflict between Hercules and Hercules will go down as one of the most bizarre and hilarious brawls in comic book history.